What is going on, Sports Game Vision world? You are now tuned into the sounds of the No Face Sports Show. I am your host, Hank, with Sports Game Vision. And as we jump in the building, let's give an applause. Oh yeah. I hope you're having a great week, and hoping to have a great weekend for you guys too. Of course, we know that it's going to be a special weekend because Sunday's the big day, and as you can see in the picture, what the theme is today is about the Super Bowl, WrestleMania, and of course the NBA trade deadline. And the theme is money making moves. So we're going to tap right into it. We're not going to hold you long because we know there's going to be obviously other sports that you can watch today, from college to professional basketball to, of course, wrestling comes on today. And I know all of you are preparing for the Super Bowl that's coming up on Sunday. So we're going to jump right into it. And we're going to look at the two teams here. The Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots will take place on Sunday, February 8th on ESPN Disney. And I believe 6:30 is always the kickoff time. There will be a halftime performance by Bad Bunny, and I'm sure he'll have some surprises. I only know a couple of songs from him. I don't obviously know all the language. I mean, I know it's, he speaks in Spanish, but some of the songs it sounds pretty good. So I guess I'll enjoy it a little bit. I don't know him all the way well, but happy he's able to get that opportunity. He's a mega star, and I know he's going to bring a lot of attraction to the halftime show from around the world. He's a big star. Hopefully, there's no trouble going on with those rumors of ice and all that stuff might be coming. Hope that does not happen. But to get back into the game itself, we've got both conference champions, and I'm gonna give my prediction in a few seconds here, a few minutes. Just want to go off of just general how I think the game is going to go, especially from watching the championship game, both of the championship games. Of course, New England had a very tough matchup in the weather against Denver. And then on the other side, you had Seattle facing off against Matthew Stafford and those guys. And a honestly, a very shootout. It wasn't expected by me. Thought it was going to be more defensive. But with that being said, we saw two different styles of football being played. I think Seattle showed you they can keep up with scoring, especially faced a top offense and with Stafford and the Rams. And they kept up and they came from behind and won that game. That was a very good championship game. If you didn't catch it. And also for the Patriots on the other end, it was a nasty work conference championship game against the Broncos. That snow was coming down heavy, which caused a lot of mistakes and slip ups, and you can't really. You follow the game plan, but it causes interruptions in your game plan because of the weather. A lot of people don't like it. I do. I just don't want to see every game like that. I think there's only should be a few stadiums that have that type of weather inclement causing problems in the game. Everybody else should be in some type of dome or retractable dome so that you can see a good game coming up, and that's what we hope to see on Sunday. The Seahawks and the Patriots. Hopefully it's not a super low scoring matchup. I don't want to see that, like kind of like what happened with the Patriots and the Broncos. Hopefully we get something in that mid 20 range, sort of like maybe early 30 range, like Seattle did with the Rams. But I'm taking the Seattle Seahawks to win this game here. I'm not the hugest fan of New England, but as we keep with the theme of money making moves, you got to tip your hat to New England and what they did, coming from a horrible record this past season. They put the money into the team, got the right draft picks and free agents, and now they're in the Super Bowl in a great turnaround. Of course, we also talking about money moves because we know that betting line going to be crazy on Sunday from all the prop bets and all the Super Bowl bets that are going to go on. But in the end of the day, I think that Seattle should get this with their defense, and also they proved that they can handle the all high scoring game if they need to. They got a great running back and a great defense and a quarterback that is underdog, so to speak, especially as we're talking about betting underdog, right? But I think he's an underdog and he's come to his own, and to top it off with a championship would be pretty cool to see. But Who do you have as your Super Bowl winner? Let me know in the comment section. I believe that it's going to be Seattle on Sunday. I just hope it's a really good game. I don't want to see a blowout, and I don't want to see a super low scoring game. And just to bring this picture back up, I also think the league may not want the league may not want New England to win the Super Bowl in a sense because of all the drama that's went on with uh, you know Belichick and of course Kraft not getting into the Hall of Fame, and that's going to be brought back up if they win the Super Bowl, and I'm pretty sure they don't want that spotlight right now. So let me know in the comment section what you think. We are going to move on here with the No Face Sports Show, and we're going to talk about money making moves. Again, the theme of the show and the money making moves here is from the trade deadline. And if you see all those movements right there, a whole bunch more. I believe it's the biggest trade deadline ever. They made a whole bunch of moves, like 70 something plus moves within a 7 day span. And honestly, there's nothing that's going to change, in my opinion, as far as this season, who's going to be the NBA champion. It does strengthen a lot of people, but it's really about money. That's why the show is called Money Making Moves, because a lot of these moves were made for players that want to go and make a substantial amount of money in their next contract. The team that they got traded from we're not going to give them that money, or they weren't going to give them the playing time. There's a lot of dead salary coming off the books on some of these trades, and also a lot of teams trying to get under the salary, the second apron, or don't want to hit that apron where they're going to pick a lot of tax. So that's what these moves were especially about. And also it does improve some teams as well. And as you can see, the two main guys up there, three are actually in that front row, James Harden, Anthony Davis, Trey Young, Triple J, and Zubac are definitely going to absolutely help they're the teams that they're prospective teams that they're going to be on. But if you look at it, it's really salary dumps from the teams. And of course, those players want to get paid in these next coming seasons, extensions and all that nature there. But Anthony Davis is going to help the Wizards a lot. And of course, Trey Young right there the next season when they come back. And if you saw the Pistons face them yesterday, they had a tough time with the Wizards this whole season when they played them. Those young guys look good. You add those two, is going to deepen that roster. They're probably going to definitely be in a playoff push next year. Don't know how they'll fall, but they probably will fall in the top six for sure to get in the playoffs. The way they're looking with the young staff, the young guys already, and you add the older veterans that are superstars and great players still. They should have a great rise next year. As far as Cleveland is concerned, they're trying to make a push this year. Of course, James Harden, the theme, money making moves. He said he didn't want to get traded, but all the back behind the scenes articles and news is saying that he wants another contract, and LA didn't want to give it to him. So he gets to go to a team that's possibly get to an NBA championship, if not this season, maybe next season. He's a great passer. He can work with those big men, Mobley and Garrett. Of course, Donovan Mitchell is going to do his thing. He can have a guy that can help him with the ball handling, and Donovan's going to do his thing. So it's a pretty crazy deadline, as you could look in on that picture there. Just a whole bunch of names going to different places. Porzingis is going to Golden State, and what's my guy's name? The one from Chicago. Can't think of his last name right now, but you can see him. He's going to the Celtics. He's a 3-and-D player, so to speak. He's going to definitely help the Boston Celtics. My guy Jaden Ivey got traded to Chicago. He should be able to get more playing time there. Of course, Dennis Schroeder. Goodness gracious, he's in Cleveland as well. He's a clutch player. I hate that he had to leave the Pistons last year, but he's going to definitely help the Cleveland Cavaliers with ball handling, defense, and making clutch plays. He's been pretty good throughout his career. And of course, you see Grand Theft Alvarado over there in the corner in New York. He's going to definitely help the Knicks out with ball handling and defense, and helping back up Jalen Brunson. So definitely money making moves, as you can see there. And of course, we can't forget um uh excuse me the who we're looking at there, Darius Garland. There we go. I see him right there. He's in the Clippers right now. He's hurt, but he's definitely going to help them out when he comes back. He helped the team get younger. As you see, they unloaded a lot on the Clippers and trades. They didn't get rid of Kawhi yet, but that's probably coming up next. And it's going to be money making moves to free up salary cap and build for the future. And it kind of seems like it's the theme for the NBA right now. Unload salary, get young assets, get a whole bunch of trading. Sorry, excuse me, a whole bunch of draft picks. Get young players, develop them. Got two-way contracts now. G League is important, and we'll see where it goes from there. But interesting trade deadline. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments section. And of course, I didn't say like, share, and subscribe. That should be obvious here at the No Face Sports Show, a Sports Game Vision. But we're going to move on to the last topic of the day. We're going to talk a little wrestling. You know how I love wrestling, and I'm sure people that are fans of the channel also are wrestling fans. We're going to talk about Roman Reigns and CM Punk. And if you watched the past Raw this past week on Monday night, Netflix comes on at 8 o'clock. Sometimes it varies depending on if they go to a different country. It was a okay show, but it was very, very good once you got to the ending, which is the pretty much main event of the show. Roman Reigns coming out and giving his spiel, but of course he was interrupted by CM Punk. Now, Roman Reigns won the Royal Rumble. He gets to pick who he wants to face in WrestleMania. And the promo that both of these gentlemen gave against each other were awesome. CM Punk kind of disrespected him, coming out and, talking to the camera to another wrestler that he had beef with instead of focusing on, Roman Reigns. Then he basically said that Roman, copied his playbook, and Roman fired back and let him know that, hey, I held this place up. You kind of made it hard for me the way you left, and, in a very unfavorable fashion, but he built the company on his back, and he did, he's saying basically, I don't like you. I've never liked you, and I choose you at WrestleMania because I don't like you, not just because you're a big star, which is part of the reason we're talking about the theme, money making moves. These two are box office. And I've seen a lot of fanfare online saying, hey, Roman shouldn't have got the Royal Rumble and all that. Who are you really going to pick? WrestleMania is a big, big event, sort of like the Super Bowl is a big event. It's the Super Bowl of wrestling, as they call it, right? How can you not have Roman Reigns, who is still in his prime, not be on WrestleMania and in a prominent position? Still a great wrestler. Of course, we would like to see him wrestle more. And maybe if he does dethrone CM Punk at WrestleMania, maybe we get at least 15 to 30 appearances this year with him as the champion. Or he may drop it right away again because of his contract. But we can think about other people that could have won that Royal Rumble. Would it be exciting to see like a Oba get it, or Trick Williams, or Braun Breaker, or any other younger star, or just in between, sort of like anybody else but Roman? I think people would have been on board with it, but would you really support it in the end of the day when it comes down to, of course, you still got to buy ESPN and Hulu in order to see it, all that stuff, or YouTube, or however you're going to watch it. So you are basically paying for a premium live event. Are you going to spend the money to go see that? These young guys or somebody that's not proven to be main event worthy yet? Hey, they're building them up. And right now you've got two guys that are at the very top, and you've got to utilize them. And of course, right now we got Drew McIntyre with the other belt, and we're going to see how that one plays out. Hopefully they probably put, some other talent in there, maybe in a 3-way match, 4-way for WrestleMania, and build other WrestleMania, or main eventers for WrestleMania or for the future. LA Knight, something, and I know people would have been very happy to see LA Knight win the Royal Rumble as well. But to me, money making moves, you gotta have these two. It's a dream match, so to speak. And it's a money making match. When you see them on that billboard, when you see them getting promoted for WrestleMania for this coming season, people are gonna go in and buy these apps and these streaming services or however they need to do to watch it. And of course, when it comes to putting butts in the seats, they're gonna definitely come and watch these two main event night two of WrestleMania. If you had some of these other guys, yes, they would be. It would be great. Like for instance, I would watch it, obviously, but how many butts will it put in seats, and how many of the so-called casual fans will just buy WrestleMania to see this new person? Like I don't know who that is, or they're not impressed by it. So having Roman in that spot is important, but of course they do have to prop up the other talent, other wrestlers. I know people don't like Logan Paul, but I think he can be a WrestleMania main eventer at some point. I think they're pushing it as much as they can. That's why he was in the last few again for the past couple years in that Royal Rumble. They're trying to push him. To me, he's a great talent. I know people, despise him a little bit. He's polarizing, but got to push new talent up, and it's going to take a little bit. They're doing the slow roll approach, but at the end of the day, I think it's going to work out, especially since they're building up in NXT, and of course they also can sign other people from other companies that are coming across. And we got Jacob Fatu probably will be main eventer, heavy main eventer pretty soon, but other people coming from New Japan, AEW, wherever, can be pushed up prominently with the company. So we will see. Is money making moves, and these two guys are definitely money. What they call CM Punk, $1 billion Phil or something. They used to call him that in AEW. But let me know what you think about that situation. Should this be one of the main events? I think so. You got to definitely pull off dream matches, dream main event matches, while these guys are still in their primes and still around, because while people are complaining when it gets 10, 15 years down the line, oh, we didn't get that match. Now you're getting it. And then you're going to get the future as well. It's coming. It's coming. Just hold and see. I know that, we can complain about a lot of stuff, but trust and believe it's been a lot worse if you've been watching for a long time. So let me know what you think about today's show. Money making moves, the trade deadline, all about money, Super Bowl. They built the rosters off money, and of course, there's going to be a lot of betting going on. And of course, Roman Reigns being the main event of WrestleMania, money move him and CM Punk. And that's all I have for you today. Enjoy the weekend, enjoy the sports, and we will be back again. Sports Game, the vision. Peace.